This is the History of Portugal podcast, an Eat to My Own Beat podcast. New episodes every Friday. Check us out on our Facebook page, the History of Portugal podcast, on YouTube, as well as my website, www.eattomyownbeat.com. Welcome back to the History of Portugal podcast, episode 134. Truce of 1173 to 1178 during the Portugal and the Reconquista. Ambassadors were dispatched to Seville, and a truce was agreed upon between Alfonso Henriques and the Almohads a month later in October of 1173. The relics of Saint Vincent of Zarzoga were brought to Lisbon during the truce in 1173. A number of residents of Lisbon sailed to Sagres and brought back the remains of the saint buried in the temple of the sacred promontory. Upon their return, the place where the relics ought to have been deposited caused an upheaval between the Mesoramic residents of the parish of Santa Justa, the dean of Lisbon Cathedral, and the Augustine monks of the monastery of St. Vincent. The chief frontiersman of Estremadura, Goncalo Viegas de Lanhoso, marched down from the castle with the corpse of soldiers, and only by his armed intervention could order to be restored an agreement reached between all parts, where the relic was deposited in the cathedral, though the piece was retained by the monks. A ship bearing the relic of Saint Vincent, accompanied by crows, henceforth became the charge of the coat of arms of Lisbon. After the truce was signed, Geraldo the Fearless left the service of King Alfonso with 350 men and sought employment under the Almohads, who stationed him in Truce in North Africa. After communications between Geraldo and the King Alfonso surfaced, he was transferred further inland to Dra and executed by the governor. In 1176, the Portuguese king donated Coruche to Order of Calatrava, as his castle guarded the road that linked Santarém to Évora. Thank you for listening to the History of Portugal podcast, a Eat to My Own Beat podcast. New episodes every Friday. Get more information on the History of Portugal podcast on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Check out www.eattomyownbeat.com for more information on our travels.